Right, guys, cuts to PIP and universal credit. It seems that one group is mainly at risk, and that's those in their 60s. So I sat here wondering, because the DWP keeps on about the Equality Act and all the rest of it, which is that there. And yet again, I started thinking about Article 2 of the Human Rights Act. So I checked. As you can see here, Article 2 of the Human Rights Act is enshrined in British law. Everyone has the right to life, and no one is to be killed by another person. Then you think back over the years to how many benefit-linked deaths there have been due to benefit cuts, or government department, namely DWP, has stopped somebody's benefits, which has led to their death. Is that not a breach of Article 2, the right to life? So, I'm asking you out there watching my video, do you think with these new proposed cuts to universal credit and PIP, disability living allowance, is a breach of your human rights, the right to life, Article 2? I think it is. The government and the DWP are breaking the law by putting vulnerable disabled people and the elderly's life at risk. The elderly could die because they lost their cold weather payments. The elderly could die because their pensions are being taxed and they have less money. So if they die because of these two things, their cold weather payments being stopped and their pensions being taxed and having less money, haven't they just been killed by the actions of the government and the Department of Work and Pensions? So I would say technically they have been killed by the government's actions, breaching the Article 2 rights, the right to life. Just like the 60-year-olds that are on PIP and universal credit are more at risk of losing their money or having their money cut, putting them at more risk of getting ill or even dying due to the actions of the government benefit cuts through the DWP. So if anybody sees this video that knows more about this kind of stuff than I do, please look into it. If the disability right campaigners see this video, or Age UK see this video, look into it. Because I believe there has been no impact statement on how these cuts are going to affect vulnerable people. From what I understand, there hasn't been any impact assessments. I believe these cuts on universal credit and DWP will lead to more benefit-linked deaths, which I believe is the breach of Article 2, the right to life, which we established earlier in the video is enshrined into British law. So the government will be breaking the law, the right to life. Yet again, the most vulnerable age group in society is being targeted. Those in their 60s. Well, those 18 to 25 that are on universal and PIP are not as at risk of losing their money as those in their 60s. You see where we're going with this, can't you? Picking on the most vulnerable age group than those that are younger, 18 to 25. The government was once taken to court before, I think it was the Conservatives, for benefit cuts without an impact statement. What I mean by impact statement is seeing how much impact it would have on the vulnerable group. Yet again, there has been no impact statement to see how the cuts would affect the vulnerable people in society. So I'll leave it there. But as you see here, the age group most at risk of the universal credit cuts and the PRP cuts are those in their 60s. And yes, I believe the government is breaking the law because there's no impact statement on how these cuts would affect them. And I believe it's also putting their lives at risk, which is breaching Article 2 of the Human Rights Act, the right to life. Let's see where it goes, guys and girls.